Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bonafide plug to the city. We also got our homie DJ Dan Tanner in the building. Give you a little sample later, guys. We're going to get right to it because this man is so busy. Check this out, man. What I want to jump right into, since we're in the heart of the city, the west side, Las Vegas, what we know about violence, man. You've been making an impact with some of the things you're doing on the inner city violence aspect. Man, what you got for us, man? What you give us some gems for our young soldiers?
Man, we just trying to bring unity in the community and to stop this senseless violence amongst our own, within our own. You know, I feel that the community, those closest to the problem, are closest to the solution, as opposed to other ones that are talking on social media, negativity instead of positivity, and they really can't walk the streets that they talk about. They talk, you know, we hear when the camera's not around, our boots to the ground. So I'm connecting, passing the word on where you're going to have dissenters, those that's living off trying to be king shit a turd island when we trying to throw away our past history. They trying to gain it. So I just try to connect the dots to where dialogue starts between particularly warring factions or not only just gangs, inner city violence. It could be police brutality,
That's
whether
right.
you kill by friend, family, or foe, or even those that here to serve and protect us. Also, I believe in mental health, homelessness,
Come on now, they don't talk about
financial
that, man.
literacy,
Look.
and all these other things that affect us adversely in our communities, where it's just not just gang violence, as I say, but overall the conditions that we're up under need to be addressed.
Look at that, man. And we commend you because you're making an impact, bro. You worldwide with it. You know what I mean? And this us real ones see the positive and the productive side of what you're doing, no matter how anybody from the smallest to the largest try to turn it into a negative. And that's why I want to ask you as well, what's been the biggest blessing, you know, in what you're doing with the kids and some of the young males in particular you've been working?
Well, let me start off with something personal, because a lot of times, you know, I did over 30-some years in prison.
Say that.
Had 2 life sentences.
Wow.
Where God let me out after man tried to take my life. God let me out the front door after they took me. But one of the most inspiring things to me that makes me happy is the fact that I get to see my mother smile.
Okay.
That's very important to me, because so many times we think we only hurting ourselves by going to jail, that it doesn't affect nobody else, but it affects your sisters, your brothers, the impact.
Right.
And so I'm proud that my mother is smiling after all that I put her through, to where I'm making her proud. That's one thing. But as far as the children, the elders, the females, the males, I try to just create a safe environment to where they could live their life, and blessings to where we don't be subjected to segregation or being held hostage within our own community. And so I get a blessing out of blessing a child, letting their voice be heard, finding them jobs, steering them right, just teaching them right, to where, you know, I'm not an OG, I'm an opportunity giver. When I say that, I'm an opportunity giver. When you say OG with me, I try to give others the opportunity whose voices otherwise would be neglected.
Man, recognize. And you know, that's funny you say that, because it go right back. I'm like, you already doing it and you speaking and it's coming to life. What is the older Melvin now telling the younger Melvin? You know what I'm saying? What are some of the impacts that affected you, so negative impacts, or however you want to say it, some of the things that you did, personal and responsible for, whatever. What are some of the gifts and gems that you giving the kids? Like, what are some of the biggest gems you giving them?
Well, you know, a lot of times.
And watch this. Please forgive me, because we know we are older. We've been able and blessed to experience in life. Some of them, they hard as head. They don't hear us. But like, what is something that you use a tactic or a gem, something that you do that we can apply here in Vegas to our streets because it's serious.
Yeah, well, you're not going to always have those that are in agreement with you. But what I learned is uh, as you get older, the number one deterrent for crime is with age. As
Look
you
at
get
that.
older,
Look
you
at
slow
that.
down.
Yeah. Keep
The
on
game
living.
gets slower, just like an
Keep on
NFL
living.
quarterback. It gets slower, and you start realizing the things that you were doing earlier, which comes back to making decisions in life. You know, it was one time in my life where nobody could tell me or suggest anything. So I understand the youths that are out here in the streets where you got the struggle, you got the battle, you got the turmoil, and they'll say, well, they not out here in the struggle, they not doing it, but that's not true.
Look at
When
that.
we living in the inner city and I'm walking the same streets as you and I'm subject to the same conditions, why is there any difference because of age? So I don't try to force my thoughts and ideas. I just hope that listening is learning and history is knowledge to where I'm trying to tell you the road you're going down, young man. I've been there, others have been there, and usually it's a treacherous and parallel road to where
Wow.
you're going to end up in the graveyard or the penitentiary yard, or you're going to be too old to work or too young for Social Security if
Look at
you
that.
live that long.
Look at that.
So I just try to just say what I say off experience and let it go from there. Those that are in agreement, we just move forward. I think it's called staying in your lane.
It is.
And if
It
they can give that
is.
same respect, you stay in
Right.
your lane, do
Right.
what you do. We
Right.
can meet and be mutual friends or whatever, but don't come trying to dictate other ones' lifestyles or what their mission is in life.
And man, applaud you for that, as well as it has me thinking about, people just see you on TV, they see you on this show, that show, or wherever platform, and they getting to know you now, and they don't know your backstory, your history, or where you come from. So I'm gonna ask you, one of them tough questions, like with all the blessings and gifts and opportunities you're able to create for others, you're a black male, you're a black man. We know about that real hurt and pain and stuff. Is it anyone out there that maybe some remorse, or that maybe you impacted their life in a negative way or whatnot, and you haven't been able to make up for that, or never was able to apologize or make that right?
Well, to be honest, I never told a kid to do nothing wrong in my life.
Look at that.
Never.
Look at
I've
that.
been to jail over 60, 70 times, but I never told a kid to do nothing wrong ever
Come
in
on.
life. So I don't have no remorse about
Look at
uh,
that.
saying something where I made a kid. No, I don't. I don't play that. I
Absolutely.
never would tell another man or somebody's child
Did your
to
own
go do
dirt.
something that they wouldn't tell my child. I'm not going to do that. So I don't have no remorse about that. But
You
I
did
do.
damage. Sound like you did damage to yourself.
I did damage to myself
Man, which
as
we
well
do.
as my
Self
family.
sabotage.
I
That's what
self
we do.
destructed
Man,
myself. I hurt
come on.
myself.
Come on.
And you know, now you waking up every day where you don't been in this game 50 years. And you don't, the only thing good about the past that it's over, and the only thing about tomorrow is it's not promised, as we
Look at
so
that.
rarely
Talk
know
to
through our
us.
lives.
Talk to us.
So I've never, ever, ever told a child, go gang bang. I might say go get some money.
Look at
But as
that.
far as, and not selling dope, none of that.
Right, man.
And, I tell them, get a job, man. Because a lot of guys I grew up with, they thought they was fast hustling. We've all had money. Well, we weighed
Come
money.
on.
But at the end of the day, it was that square, the one that used to hide, see us coming around, that would work, and they were determined. And I'm starting to learn that a lot of times we don't listen to our parents.
Oh, man.
We
That tough,
go
that
and let
tough love.
that tough love,
That
and we
tough
turn to that
love.
soft love and that fake love on the streets. And that's one of my biggest regrets, was not listening to my mother. That's my biggest regret. When they say, what do you think was your down? I made choices,
Say that.
but I didn't listen to my mother.
Wow.
And at that time in that era, they wouldn't tell you nothing wrong. They hadn't been
Come on, man.
scorched.
They
And
tell us what we need to know versus what we want to hear.
yes,
You know, we get around some of our friends and some of our family. They tell us what we want to hear. They don't tell us the real truth, man, what we need to know, man. And um, again, man, nothing but shout outs to you and acknowledgments to you and the impact you making. Blessed to have you here again.
yeah, thank you.
Cultures Network Connections, bona fide plug to the city. Dantana Entertainment 702. Hey, give us just a little, what you got over there, man? You know, if you don't know, man, this the OG Dantana. Keep the sounds popping in Vegas. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it. Come on, man. Music still comes a savage beast. I ain't lying. Hey, you know, with our culture too, man, and with everything going on, man, hip hop, rap music has had a major impact in everything we do. So as DJ Dantana got that Snoop Dogg, that new Snoop playing in the background, man. Man, what's your thoughts on his success and him taking over not only Def Jam and playing an intricate part there, but Death Row, back on Death Row.
Yeah. Snoop, I think he's doing a fabulous job of creating opportunities for others, as well as a business increments, him and Master P and others. So I think it was great that he purchased it. But as far as the details of it, I don't think Snoop owned the catalog or the images or the property rights to it. I think he just owns the image to where he can use the name for merchandise and as well as signing a new artist up under the Death Row label. Because I talked to Sharitha Moody Good, which is Suge's ex-wife, and she explained the difference to me between purchasing and acquiring.
Come on now.
And she told me to run down on it. And as you know, lately they've been pulling Tupac's off the Spotify as well as Dr. Dre.
Yes, sir.
So we had talked about this right when we had purchased it. So as you can see, it's a little complicated in dealing with that catalog. But at the end of the day, it's great. Not only him, a lot of them doing things.
Come on now. I was just about to ask you, who's one of your favorites out there and what they're doing as far as not just rap music, the hip hop scene you see really making an impact. It ain't just about the music and them coming up, man. You know, you've been able to be around a lot of good people. Anybody stand out to you that really make an impact? Because, you know, the world sees the Snoops, you know what I mean? But there's some cats like yourself making an impact, man, on the underground. I mean, you know, I want to
talking about as far as hip hop or guys that are just in the streets legends.
It ain't even got to be hip hop.
Okay,
that, man?
You got
talk about them legends. Man.
Okay, we're gonna talk about some real players that's doing stuff, working with local elected officials, and in the community. You got Sean Stevenson from the Black Philly Mob, Mr. Stop the Violence, ETV. He's in Columbus, Ohio, working with Mayor Ginther up under a program that I'm also part of called Credible Messengers. So he's Mr. End the Violence there. We got what's the Dallas Cowboy running back? Ezekiel Hill, his dad.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott, dad. He's with the 10 million men strong out there. That's in Ohio. It's very important about Ohio because if you don't win Ohio in a presidential election, you do not become president.
Okay.
Over 96. A lot of people don't know that. That's why Ohio is very critical. Then you got Khalid Shaw, Stop the Violence in Los Angeles with Akil Basile, OXBGF, you talking George Jackson,
Come on now.
Geronimo Pratt, Fleety Drumgo, Hugo Pernell. All these are legends from the BGF era, the Black Panther era, the Us era. You got King Tone of the Latin Kings out of New York.
Look
He's a
at that.
credible messenger.
Black
You,
and brown been down.
and in fact, the blacks and the browns hadn't really been talking out there in New York, and I helped bridge the gap and others with him. You got one of my favorite artists is, and one of my nephew's favorite is Joey Badass. He
Look, we've
played
been
in
talking
Canaan.
about him. He's popping right
Yeah,
now,
that's my
man.
man,
We
Joey.
about substance around here, man.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
So Joey Badass, Fabio Foreign, Pop
Okay,
Smoke,
yeah. Look,
all these guys are from the same tribe as me, and we try to network and give a positive thing. We got Chico Brown, Ayatollah Marvin, T Hustle. It's just so many of us out here trying to connect the dots. Mob B, from Suge Knight now.
y'all been past trying, bruh. There's so many out there of y'all out there, of us out here connecting the dots.
That's right.
Man,
Putting the
you
dots
really
together,
are.
putting paint where it ain't.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Come
we're
on,
trying to
man.
put paint where it ain't.
Yeah. What's the biggest misconception about Mr. Melvinfarmer?
One of the misconceptions is Melvinfarmer's a gang member, and that's Melvinfarmer quit gang banging at about 18 or 19. I never been to jail for a black on black crime.
Come on, say it again.
I ain't never
Can
been
you
to jail.
repeat that one more time for us?
I ain't never been to jail for no murder, robbery, or violence against any black in my life. I'm on parole for 20 years from Georgia, and my counts are 3 counts of attempted murder on what I'm walking it off right now. Almost got the death penalty. So I walk the walk and I talk the walk. But that's one of the main misconceptions of my life and my legacy is they look at it from Melvin was a gang member, original member with Tookie and this, but they don't talk about its layers. When I go to getting money at 15, 16, 17, 18, we having money, ice cream trucks, armored trucks, and the prison industry. So at the end of the day, that's a misconception of the gang activity and the gang life. You know, don't nobody, they need to know the difference between a gang member and a gang banger.
Come on now. Real talk now.
Break I was a gang banger. That's when you in 3 or more and you using force and fear and intimidation. That's a gang banger. Pulling that trigger where your face is your ID and your pistol is your passport. Yeah. That's how I come in the game. I couldn't come in the game acting, rapping, entertaining, tattoo, teardrops, getting jumped in, and all that make you that. Oh, geez. And at our era, nobody ever asked somebody or tried to lead them. We all, when we started, we all came naturally together. But we already had been together as juvenile delinquents prior to the Crips coming out on the west side, because I'm from the west side.
They said, you and Tookie, now I'm 53. God willing, 54 next month. And, you know, I'm here in Vegas. Cali had grown up being like our big brothers. You know what I mean? A lot of people.
And you got a lot of people down here that helped bring this city up that combined with y'all and merged. Like,
absolutely.
Like they merging here for a better life, in fact. And they came here for a better state.
And they only talk about the negative impact of the California residents moving here, people moving here. And me personally, I know the positive impact to not only the culture, business, and a lot of things, relationships in general, a lot of Californians have made. So when you're speaking into that, it touched home for me. You know, some of our family here in Vegas are from Cali, been here 30 years, making an impact. It's all over their body, Las Vegas. Matter of fact, California call them Vegas. You know, and it's not even about where you're from. It's where you at. We make the best of that. And again, one thing, consistent why I got a lot of love and respect for you. That peace that you got right here, right now, that's what I see. That's what I see every time, every interview, no matter what. People will try to tempt you and get you out of character or whatever. But there's a piece about you that purpose, vision to purpose. You know what I mean? There was a vision, and I mean, you got a purpose for what you do. And it ain't no limelight or no self glory. It really is a benefit for so many of our other young brothers and sisters, and beyond all nationalities. Because game recognized game, man, when you're speaking it and giving it and living it, they see it.
Yes, sir.
And
I never read the Bible, but I'm for to start toward going to a Bible school.
Okay.
I don't want to go to college. I want to go to a Bible school, college. So I'm leaning toward getting into the Bible spiritually, mentally, as well as speaking orally, because I want to go into the juvenile detention centers where you got the youth that can come. I want to go and speak to youth to where, a lot of times we look toward man. We listen to man,
Come
but
on,
man
that
will
flesh
take your life. And
let
I
you
learned
down.
at the end of the day, whatever God, my God, was looking over. It wasn't me being tough. It wasn't me being lucky. It was what God had in store for me.
Absolutely.
So whenever I'm on a show like this or like today, God put us together.
Come
we
on
didn't
now.
know each other. I happened to call my man, and this is how that goes.
Absolutely.
And so it's just God. So I'm always at peace when I get on there because talk, slander, these type of things, people are saying, particularly on the internet and the misuse of it. But usually when they talking, they on they by themselves, can't nobody rebuttal, and they'll go and think that's how this game go. But when you ask them to match up or get on the mic, they don't want to do that. Right. So it's sound bites and likes.
They don't want to have no real conversation.
No, they don't want to have no real conversation. And I'm not gonna get. They heading for getting indicted.
Come on.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yes, showing guns, image and acting. Half these guys, like I say, they can't walk the streets. Their name's not good enough. They don't let their mouths overload their asses where they live in a sheltered life. Not a happy life. You can have all the tea in China and all the money in the world.
That's right.
And when your ass go to jail, it ain't gonna get you out.
Oh boy.
It ain't gonna get you out.
Oh boy.
It ain't gonna get you out.
Man, what's for us is for us. You know what I mean? And it's funny, not for some, but how things come full circle.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma is a menuless menu that serve you what you deserve. Look, you're gonna get served what you deserve.
Oh my God. Look. Cultures, network, connections, the man himself in Las Vegas, live direct. We right here on the West with the plug to the city, bona fide DJ Dan Tanner, Mr. Melvinfarmer, man, the impact maker. Man, we gonna get one more in for you, man, because we know we holding you up.
No, man, we hitting corners, man. We hitting corners, man, out here in Vegas, man.
Look at
we
that,
go on and we gonna chop it up a little bit more.
Look at that extension we get, y'all, man. Love is love
I'm
for real.
This, man.
And you know what? Look, and so y'all know too, man, the ones that's live with us, man, he's supposed to be on the highway. The man actually extended his stay to do this interview with us, man. So y'all make sure y'all show him some love. Go follow him. We gonna get all that information for you. We gonna keep it going up, man. That legacy, man. Actually, the book is there. And look, I keep it real. Because some of them, what they say, they used to say, you want to keep some from
secret, put it in the book.
Yeah, put it in the book,
and they ain't gonna read.
Now I'm gonna ask you though. We're gonna talk about that book, but is there an audio book as well, man?
No, this was written. I wrote this book, The New Slave Ship, 3 Strikes You In, Not Out. Talking about mass incarceration. In fact, I predicted black mass incarceration in 1998 after I got a reversal off a life sentence. So I was on a level 4 yard, which is maximum in California. And being the first to ever get out, I wrote the book because the men told me, man, and I'm on the yard where nobody go home. In fact, all of them still, 90% of them still there 24, 25 years later.
Wow.
And they asked me not to forget about them because I was the first to ever get out. And so that inspired me to where I'm really at right now because of the inmates and the convicts, because it's a difference between the two. They asked me not to forget about them, so I wrote the book to bring awareness. Then I went and joined CATS, California's to Amend 3 Strikes. Then FACTS, Families to Amend 3
Wow,
Strikes.
look
These
at
were the first.
that.
And then we wrote an initiative, a political action committee I was part of, where we actually wrote a bill, an initiative called the 2003 Strikes Initiative, me, Valerie Monroe from the NAACP, which was on the voters' list for to vote to enact it, to amend the California Three Strikes Law. So I'm not only they go attack Washington D.C. walls, I attack prison halls.
Bro, people don't know the time it takes to put into that and putting it together and actually following through on it.
It takes a lot of research. You have to go through a political action committee. You have to write studies. You have to get 650,000 votes to even get it to where you can vote on it. And the media, social media, this before all this hoopla now. Back then, you just had the stations and stuff like that. But to even get them to respond, you have to get at least 325,000 registered voters before they start covering, because now you're halfway home. So we fell short, but I've lobbied at the Senate. I've spoken in Washington, D.C. at the Rayburn Building, C-SPAN, these sort of things. And a lot of people doesn't know this, but I've done that also.
Thank you. And see, that's why we do what we do here. Because again, they see your face on TV and whatever it is you're up to at that moment, or another show, that's all they see and know. Man, we blessed to have you here, Melvinfarmer, and finding really, out, man, behind the scenes. Yeah, like, you know, some of the things they don't know you up to. It's just like with most of our black males, you know, and no disrespect to no other nationalities, but that's what I am, and that's what I know. And a lot of our powerful leaders in many aspects of the world is so many things that they're up against, especially when they turn their life around or they making a positive impact worldwide, statewide, citywide, you know. So just know Vegas got you.
Yes, sir.
We right here with you. You
and
know
I
what
appreciate
I mean?
it.
Welcome
man.
home.
I am home, man.
Know,
I've been having a wonderful time. Every time I come to Vegas, it's just a bomb. You got so many things to do, and it's a lot of stigma attached to Sin City.
Come on,
but
let's
really,
talk about
man, it's fun city, man. When you come with the right attitude and check in with the right people, and you know we hear so much about them bragging. You got to check in. You got to do this like it's an order or something. No, it's just out of respect. Why would you go to a town where you got people that grew up there and know the town, and once they go back to why go through the hard path when I can go and check in with somebody like y'all and feel, you know, but they don't look at it. They got too much pride. They won't swallow their pride. They'll swallow everything in their life to keep themselves alive, but a man will not swallow his pride. He dying over his pride.
Look at these the lights that they need to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are the lights that they need to see behind, not them strips fly in, fly out, hit the strip. You know, we've been telling them for years, and we know some of the politics behind it. But I'm grateful to be with a group of not just young men, powerful men, but women as well, that we've really came together, man, and brought all of our resources and experience back here on the West. And even though we on the West side, we citywide, we statewide, worldwide. Take me to Big Keith, the building we're in right now. Man, I started Bully Busters many years ago. He's, man, just of your caliber, man, just like you. He been making an impact, not just in the community and with, again, music, TV, entertainment, but with the kids. A program set it up with a phone call they can make to have not only protection, but now we have this building program where we can teach them life skills, how to run their own radio station, podcast, run a recording studio, and not just the same old cliche stuff, but real. You've seen the books in there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have many offices with a lot more books, you know, really getting our kids to get back to reading again and get out of that TV and that game world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So, education over incarceration.
What? Education over incarceration. Y'all hashtag that, man. Then hashtag Melvin. Come on, right now, Melvinfarmer. Yeah, they own you, man.
Oh,
My
thank you.
people's,
Hey.
nothing but love, man.
Yeah, much love.
One of the other things we talked about the book and some of the violence in the city and some of the difference you make in there, man. What is some of the the most rewarding things you've been getting from the impact you've made? You know, since changing life. Excuse me, not only changing your life from having a platform, not nobody giving you one, creating a platform for yourself to make an impact for so many others. What's been like some of the rewards of late that you've enjoyed? Um, whether it's events or some of the people you've met. Tell us some of that.
Well, some of the things that I most feel rewarding for and grateful for is it gives me an opportunity to where, like these three ordained ministers, all women, had seen me on social media, and they started a SBV program, Strengthening the Black Family. And they asked me, Melvin, we want you to be on the board.
Three women.
Three ordained men, all of them are ordained ministers with their own churches. But they came and asked me to be on the board to teach a class where it's 10 students where we deal with if they in child care, foster care, and you want to extend your relationship back. We deal in successful parenting, effective black parenting is what we call it, EBT. We have a book, we have illustrations, we have keys to success, the do's, the don'ts. We have 29, but also the way that we're treating the elders, the homeless. The homeless really
another one that gets neglected that we don't talk about.
It looked like a third world country now. The kids in certain communities in my area, they can't trick or treat where they haven't been out to Halloween to go knock on doors in 7 to 8 years. That makes me sad. To see the trash, the filth, looking like we living in a third world country where I grew up in a city that I know is much better than this. And now it's tearing apart because you got strangers coming in, and it's very easy to kill a stranger. Very easy to kill a stranger. And a lot of times this is what happens. To whereas when you know a man's family, it'll be like killing a man and then kissing his mother at the funeral. And when I say the word killer, because a lot of times that's associated in this game, in the streets. Oh, killer this, I kill that. I've never been a killer. I've been a defender of my life.
Protector
of my life. So I ain't never been called out. Oh, Melvin did this, or Melvin, like I say, I ain't never been arrested for it. I've always been defensive minded. Never have I went to try to do something to somebody unless they got at me. So at the end of the day, I just feel saddened and disappointed, particularly when they are older guys that should know better than to be trying to tell somebody, a younger person, to go do this and go do that. I can't look up to that. Nor that's why I don't like to be called OG sometimes because of the stigma attached to it. Yeah, I'm an opportunity giver.
Man, and we gonna ride with that, bro. And if it's all right with you, that's what it's gonna mean to me when they call me. I remember when I used to didn't even like the youngster calling me OG, man, till I came to a point, feeling blessed to wake up every day, but knowing that we losing. The more I'm living, the more I see people dying or leaving here. You know what I mean? And it came back what they used to say, oh yeah, keep on living. So I love hearing, I tell the youngsters, man, you want to be an OG, keep on living, man, for real. You know, but opportunity giver. I love seeing us win.
Yeah.
You know, so with you coming in here, in our platform, and we just keeps it 1 million around here.
And some.
Say that. I have to thank you again, brother, because Well, what I'm up to, I don't do it for no glory, no self gratification. I don't care. It's a bigger picture. You know what I mean? I'm a win. I like to see us all win. But you absolutely, what you came in here and did, and the info and the impact of not just visiting our city, but stopping by our platform here, um, raise the bar, set the tone. So anybody coming after, they know what's to be expected. You know what I mean? It's a certain class that you have about yourself, man, that I miss about my older brothers, my OGs, how they carried themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't so much about how hard they was, but it was the respect and the way they walked and stood with class and
They didn't bow their head down. They stood tall because they've been through it. They're just proud men, man. They went through it to where they should be respected, particularly those that have been to battle on these streets. And then you're going to try to test them. I wouldn't recommend that. I promise you.
I love it. I love it. Hey, well, look, we got one more for you. Hey, you got that music ready before we get up out of here? Look, I got something that somebody hit us. We had a few people joining us, man. If you just tapping in, man, at the end, we got the one and only, the legendary Melvinfarmer. You know, whatever you thought you knew him for, you better tap into this broadcast, man. He's up to so many things, man. This is an opportunity giver for real. That's what the OG is for. Impacting the world, the community, and so many kids. Our show in our city right here, right now, Vegas Cultures Network Connections. Your legacy. Let's talk about it, man. What's the legacy of Melvinfarmer?
Well, at the end of the day, I want it to be where they can look up and see that Melvin started off. I can't change my beginnings, but starting today, you can create a new ending. That's the first thing. And I want my legacy to be to where I went and took my licks, stayed down for my crown, and I changed my life around. And if I can do it, somebody that's never worked, never went to class after the 8th grade, self-educated, but if I can make it to where I want to give back and want to see my folks live better, that's what I want my legacy to be, that where Melvin came and tried to give back, is giving back. And like I say, I've never been involved where it's been an unfair issue, a situation or nothing like that. But I just want my legacy to be where Melvin was a solid guy, not a plotter. See, it's a different in these streets. You got plotters. I'm a planner. I'm not going to plot to where we make a lick or something and I know me and you the only one there and I could hit you in the back and then get all the money. See, those are plotters. Those are the type of guys that we got out here that'll sit back and keep you right up under them and then try to take your win for nobody. So I always liked it, the fact that everybody know Melvin has never went behind when the rolling 60s and the 8 trays fought for 40 years. That put me in exile.
Come on.
See, the people don't realize the life I had to live because I knew both sides equally, and that's one of the most deadliest. So I'm in exile to where in this city because everybody fighting, but I'm the only one that stayed solid. One of the few. It's a lot of us, but those that grew up with me, the Tookies, the Raymond Washington's, rest in peace, and all these type of guys. We came into this game with unity.
That's right.
Not divisiveness.
Come on
not
now.
Division. One for all, like the Three Musketeers. Now everything is just an individual act. It's who tell on who, long as you don't tell on me. We got snitches snitching on snitches on social media, abusing the internet instead of using it the proper way to try to help and educate our people. They up here trying to ground grade, slander, and all this just to huck a buck for a buck. tap dancing, you know, that we show is sick, ain't we, boss ass shit. You know, that we nigga syndrome.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't about that.
Nah.
No.
And you know what? That's why I told you, welcome home, bro. Birds of a feather flock together, man.
Yes, sir. I feel right at home, too.
Man, and look, we definitely got to have you back for the round 2 because they don't even know. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We want to keep it productive and positive because there's a lot of negative temptations out there, shows, platforms, no disrespect to none of them, but they want to talk about negative history or where we've been. And absolutely, we need to know where we come from. But, man, it's where you at and where you going, man, what you up to. That's why we're blessed to have you here. Cultures Network Connections, me, Bonafide Plug to the City. We got CAPION Fire Photos in the building. DJ Dantana.
You did a fantastic job, man. And that's just what we do, man. We all network and we help each other, man.
Moments.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Man, look, in moments, make the call, and it's like I'm there. You know, and we got a lot of people on the team, man. We got to get some shout outs, man. GPMG Music and our management team here, our broadcasting team, Cultures Network, my girl, Camera Queen Althea. Definitely got to get some pictures with you, man, so we can show you off and have people tap into your page. And where can they find you? Give them some information now, man. Any and all platforms you want them to know where you at.
Okay, I'm on Instagram. I don't do it that much, but I'm on Instagram. I usually rocks off Facebook, podcast live, The Real Melvinfarmer.
His TikTok is off the chain.
I don't even know if I got a TikTok.
I thought you had TikTok.
I probably do.
Yeah,
I just ain't went back. So we got that. But also, you can tap into me at 323-750-3592. You can call there if you want. If you have a urban novel or novels you want to write, we have a publishing company called Milligan Books. Also, if you have any legal type of situation, whether it be criminal or I can't think of it right now, but any of them, civil, criminal, any type of laws, things where you have any type of trouble. I'm also an advisor and a consultant with Johnny Cochran Law Firm. So that means Johnny Cochran Law Firm, the national level. So that means any state in the United States, we can have lawyers there for civil suits, criminal matters, advise, expungements, all these things. We do all that.
Connected and respected. Man, yes, keep it going. I know you got more, man. Come on, look.
Now, we got that going on. We had the SBV program where we could start a new program at the end of this month. So we'll be looking up for sign-ups in the Los Angeles area. And also, if you have talent or got any ideas for a Netflix spinoff or anything like that, contact me or Chico Brown with Cinema Libra Films. So we got that. We got a lot of things. If you're talented, rapper, actors, any of these things, we are creating opportunity for you to get in and see how talented you are, as opposed to them locking you out in the entertainment game, playing who's who and have to kiss ass. We
politics. We don't play that.
We ain't gonna play politics, man. We just gonna try to make this shit happen to where we can open it up for you.
You heard it, man. This the OG himself, the legend. You know what I mean? Respected and connected, man. Once again, Cultures Network Connections, Bonafide Plug to the City. Man, we thank y'all for tapping in for real, man. This just the first one of many, but this the foundation, I promise, man. This man elevated the city. It elevated our platform. We thank him. We're going to see him again. Y'all follow him, and we'll see you soon. Church on the Move. Bump it downtown.
That was short. That was nice. That was
bro.
Fun.
Look,
I like that.
Look,
fire right
I
there.
tell you, I'm new to this.
No, but you true to this.
Man,
you ain't hesitated a word.
Man, look.